Welcome to the WhoisEmpress podcast, my little corner of the world where I talk about music, relationships, I touch on real life feelings and scenarios, mental health, and all the things I usually don't say out loud. So stay tuned as we all try to figure out who is Empress. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Who is Empress. And if you've never been here before, I'm Empress. I am Empress, your favorite engineer for all your mixing and recording needs. And I'm just here to talk. Welcome to my little corner of the world, y'all. This episode, it's pretty, I'm not gonna say it's lengthy, but I think I got a little deep in this episode for sure. So stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and jump on into it, give some gratitude, acknowledge something that we love about ourselves, and keep it pushing. Okay, you know how we start off. We always got to give gratitude, and we always got to gratify ourselves. So, first thing first, God is a provider. I don't know how many times I have to say this. God is a provider. And I'm grateful that God provides. I know I'm never truly alone. But yes, God's a provider. I thank Him for everything because without God, like I said, I believe I said this last episode. I don't know where I would be at. Where would I be without the Most High? I'm grateful for my son's dad. I think I've mentioned this before. This just shows how much I really appreciate this man because he does try. I know he has his flaws. He's not perfect, but I appreciate him being a dad. I appreciate him being there. I'm grateful that he's around and I'm grateful that he loves his son because there's some dads out here that don't pay their kids any attention and don't help with anything. And I'm just grateful because not only is he responsible for Amari, he still helps me as well. Whether it be food, gas, anything, like he's responsible. He takes care of us to a certain extent. That's it. I'm not sitting here, I'm not gonna brag because, but I'm grateful for what there is. Like I said before, we gotta pay attention to what we do have instead of the lack of. Okay, we gotta be good. I pray that my son's dad is he is blessed with whatever he deserves in life. And for a roof over my head, I'm always gonna be grateful for a roof over my head because that was truly God. And the resources to create a meal. I love to cook. And I've been having to scrape some shit up lately. But I'm happy to at least have something. You feel me? So some things that I love about myself. Okay, so I'm a little weird, but that's what makes me me. Um, yeah, I'm a little off. I think some people are too serious sometimes or whatever. And I'm not gonna let that dim my light. When I want to act childish, or when I know that it's the right time and a place for me to let loose and be myself, I more than likely will. And I'm not gonna let you dim my light, especially if I'm feeling good. I love love. I love you no matter what. I don't care if you don't love me back. It just shows your knowledge it shows your knowledge of the levels of love, and the philosophy of it because I love everybody. I might not love you like you my man. I might not love you like like you're expecting when somebody says that they love you, but I love you enough to not want anything bad to happen to you. I love you enough for anything. I might not like you, but I love you. I love you enough to wish you well. But yeah, if I tell you I love you, I mean it. Now, to what degree is questionable, but I won't continue to hold my love in because people are not used to people just genuinely loving. I'm not going to continue to hold it in because it hurts my heart when I have to hold in my love. I mean, rejection kind of hurts too, but I mean, I'd rather show you my love and tell myself that, nah, they don't have to love me back. They don't have to love me back, but as long as they know that I love them and I always have love inside of me, we're good. Another thing that I'm grateful for, I have empathy. I know I had mentioned this before, like I feel everything. My empathy may cause me to overthink sometimes, but I love when I can connect with others. Some people, of course, resist because I'm not going through or haven't been through what they've been through. But I always say we all have the same emotions. It's just we cope differently and they have different triggers that trigger these emotions. Different triggers might trigger different emotions, but believe me, we all have the same emotions. We're humans. Uh, Other than that, that's the end of this segment. Y'all know how we do. And if you don't know, this is how we do. Uh, Next, we're going on. What's the mood? What have I been listening to? Hey, what's the mood? What's the mood? What's the mood? Uh-huh. What's the mood? What's the mood? Okay. So, what I have been listening to this week, familiarity. I'm going to get this word right because I can spell it, but saying it is a whole different challenge. Okay, so I've been on Drake, of course, that's my comfort place. Gospel music, my healing place. Studying some songs that I've done. Nothing too intentional except the gospel in the mornings. And Drake just covers my intrusive thoughts. And when I say Drake, I'm talking about this new Drake album. All of them. I love me some Drake. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But yeah, that's the mood this week. Make sure y'all check out some new gospel artists, Christian rap, D1 Music, Pastor Mike Jr., um, J Fresco, Zeem, XEEM. Just just to shout out a few. Yeah, those are my Christian rappers. I I I I mess with them tough. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on. Told you, let's keep this shit pushing. Thank you for being here. I ain't really trying to rush through the episode, but that's not my intention to rush through the episode. I'm just doing what I have. I'm saying what I have. Y'all know I write these out, and I'm just. Sometimes you gotta improv. Sometimes, some things you just got extra thoughts. I don't have any extra thoughts. I'm just really just trying to do this. So, we're gonna get into the unpopular opinion this week. So, I keep on reading this. I've heard this maybe 3 or 4 times the past week. It definitely said, if one misunderstanding, this is the quote. If one misunderstanding or one argument can cause the end of a friendship, then they were not your friend to begin with. Mm. So, me personally, because this is my unpopular opinion, I think this is situational. What is the misunderstanding about? And was it really a misunderstanding? Because some people really miss the big picture where moral and value boundaries have been crossed. Um, I do believe saying stuff like the friendship, y'all weren't friends to begin with just because y'all had a misunderstanding or an argument that caused the end of it. Y'all weren't friends to begin with. And I honestly feel like saying shit like that is manipulative as fuck because people who say stuff like that don't ever take accountability when they've hurt someone else. It's never their fault. The feelings they made you feel are not valid because they didn't mean it like that or whatever. Um, some people just don't vibe. Some people were raised different, have different energy, you feel me? There's times I've showed people pure love and they did some shit like some characterly flawed shit. And my main thing is trust. So if I feel that I can't trust you and you showed it to me on different occasions, I don't want you around me, honestly. And people really be missing the principle. They always want to keep stuff surface level when they're missing the principle. Like you literally have shown your moral flaws, your values, and they don't align with mine. Or if they don't align, I'm not going to keep doing this with you. One misunderstanding or what, like, was it a misunderstanding? What is the argument about? Because depending on what that's about, says everything. And if you're choosing not to understand where the other person is coming from because they're looking at the bigger picture, then you will never understand why you hurt them, or you will never understand why they feel the way they do because you don't want to. So yes, I definitely understand how one misunderstanding can end a friendship because more than likely it's already been observed. This ain't the first misunderstanding. This ain't the first argument. Like, you feel me? It might be to you, but the other person probably has already was already shaken up already. Like you done already pissed them off. You done already said something before that already. Like, and we forgave you, or the person forgave you, and we kept it pushing because it ain't that deep. But then you keep on doing some weird shit. So I definitely understand. It's not one. It's not the first. It's one of many that has caused this friendship to end. And that's just my unpopular opinion. People have to look from the principle. People have to look from the bigger picture. It ain't just what you say. It's not how you say it's the circumstances around that shit too. So I just want everybody to just kind of keep that in mind and know that that is a manipulative ass tactic for sure. But it could just be me because I don't give a fuck about no friends. I love the friends that I have, but if they decide tomorrow to switch up on me, it's literally a fuck 'em. Dead ass. Sorry, not sorry. My beautiful people, if you are a musician and need recording and or mixing services, Empress got you. Available in Smyrna and East Nashville, Tennessee. Prices may vary, so message me directly on my socials at WhoisEmpress on Instagram. This is Empress on TikTok and Empress Lady J on Facebook. Also, if you would like this space to advertise your services, your business, your products, message me at said socials or email me at empress.ladyj@gmail.com. Empress, EMPRESS, ladyj@gmail.com, and I will be delighted to give you some more information. Thank you. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready for this moment of mental health. Actually, I really love this segment. I might love this segment a little bit more than the unpopular opinion, because you got the unpopular opinion that kind of works me up, and you have a mental moment health that, grounds me again. So my mental moment health, my moment for mental health. If you didn't listen to the last episode, I mentioned that it's been an intense July. It's been intense. I have been overwhelmed. My emotions have been everywhere. And it's been really intense. And I have been trying so hard to ignore it and work productively. So I do think it's a good exercise to feel your emotions and name them. I think it's important so you know how to handle them when they come up. So I'm just going to go through how I felt the last couple weeks, and how I coped. So don't judge me. Don't feel bad about me. Don't feel no type of way, because this is just me basically giving you an example of how to feel and cope, or like not reverse the feeling, but have something in place of that feeling. So this week I felt a little lonely. I felt lonely. That made me sad. That's the emotions. I was anxious, which made me more sad and down. There was moments I felt worthless, but only by society standards. There were moments I felt like I was inadequate, not enough for what I was wanting. But to flip it all around, I know that God is always by my side, even though I felt lonely. My spiritual counsel really filled me with love and light and encouragement. I cried myself to sleep. I meditated when I woke up, and I did feel refreshed. It was a tough night, but um, they say weeping only lasts the day, and joy comes in the morning. I ignore what reality is screaming at me, and honestly, I tried my best to stay in my delusion with the assumption reality will catch up to it. So, acting off of intention, moving with intention, hoping that my delusional intentions help reality catch up. It will. It is. Told you I've been manifesting it. I've been watching the manifestation in the flesh. Uh, but I also had to realize that sometimes when I'm manifesting, it don't really like change my mood or how I really feel. And I'm slowly starting to realize that I can be as successful, I could be happy and be where I'm at where I want to be at, but it still feels like something is missing. Um, but I'm not gonna go deep into my business right now, but this is a safe space. So, like the reason we're not choosers, I'm hung over somebody who never chose me back. I think about this man all the time and just say, maybe next lifetime. Maybe next lifetime. I gotta ignore reality. I'm not finna let, because that nigga didn't choose me. I'm not gonna let that get to me, because you know what? Rejection is God's protection. Okay? Rejection, he might have been with me my last lifetime, one of my past lives. That's why we're so close, but we're just friends. And rejection is God's protection for sure. Or maybe I'm not gonna go deep into it, but it is what it is. I have to detach. But that's how I dealt with my emotions. This is the moment for mental space. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I hope you learned something, or I also wanted to remember, I didn't say this last episode. I am not a therapist. I'm just a normal individual. If you need help, if you feel some type of way, please seek medical advice, medical attention, medical therapy. I'm not none of that. I'm a regular human being with a spirit that live in a body. That's all I am. Okay. So that being said, we are going to move on to our last and final segment, our sensual sessions. Tells you I wasn't really trying to rush through this motherfucker. I really wasn't. But it just kind of happened. It wasn't long anyway. So this week, like I say, this week been intense, y'all. It's been intense. These last few weeks been intense. So I want to know, what did you do to make yourself feel good? That's what I want to know. So leave your comments. Tag me in a post. Do what you need to do. Hit me up on Instagram. Tell me how you've been feeling. But what did you do to make yourself feel good? The only thing that I thought about, which might be too much information, but do I care? Depending on what the information is. Watched me a little flick. Y'all know that I've been trying not to watch flicks because it messes with my creativity. So, but I did watch. I watched one, but I needed me a quick one. I needed a quick one, and and I did it, and I felt so much relief. Might be a little much, but y'all know I'm about balance. I'm a very balanced individual. But yes, that's what I did. I did it twice. hmm Shame on me. Y'all know I was part of Talk Dirty Hill Deep, so y'all know there's gonna be a little bit in here, just a little bit. But that's all. That's all I did for my sensual sessions. That's all. Yes. If you guys have made it this far, thank you. If you guys made it to this episode, thank you. If you have followed my podcast on whatever platform you are listening to the podcast, thank you. If you have commented, rated the podcast wherever you are listening to, thank you. I'm an appreciative person. I love support, and I just can't wait until, I don't feel like I'm going to stop doing this because it's an outlet for me. But I just want everybody to stay blessed. I want you guys to keep making peace a priority, and be love. Stay love. Spread love. Blessings.